Hello there, thanks for tuning in to ZNBC TV2 for the latest in both local and foreign news this hour. The top stories. President Edgar Lungu says those cited for wrongdoing in the 2015 audit report must be arrested. The Nitrogen Chemicals of Zambia has distributed 78,000 metric tons of basil dressing fertilizer to farmers ahead of the 2016-2017 farming season. And out of foreign news, Melania Trump has insisted that her husband is a gentleman and that the women who allege that he sexually assaulted them are lying. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Samuel Machishi with the details. President Edgar Lungu says those cited for wrongdoing in the 2015 audit report must be arrested. The president implored security and investigative wings to quickly deal with such matters. He has explained that the Police Anti-Corruption Commission, ACC, and the Drug Enforcement Commission, DEC, must not wait for him to direct them to do their work. President Lungu said this today shortly before his departure to Antananarivo, Madagascar, for the COMESA Summit for heads of state and government. And the president says he will take his maiden presence at the summit to push for enhanced regional trade and integration. The president says he will also reaffirm Zambia's commitment to COMESA in the area of commerce and trade.
If there is misappropriation and it's a crime, obviously the police must move in and arrest. If it's an act of abuse of office, the Anti-Corruption Commission should move. Is it the president really? The law is there, the framework is there, the funding is given to the institutions to act. Is it the president? Gone are the days when the president will direct an institution to arrest. Because the culture of abusing the state starts with ordering the police who to arrest, who to release. I don't do that and I won't do that. I will not instruct the police to arrest. I will not stop the police from arresting. So if a crime has been committed by anyone, the police should move in. The anti-corruption should move in. The Drug Enforcement Commission should move in. Why should I wait for the president? I don't tell the police what to do. I don't tell them what not to do. So even those who are saying release these people, release those people, I don't release. The courts of law release. The police arrest. I can pardon if you are convicted, yes. My style is different.
The president was seen off at Kenneth Kaunda International Airport by Vice President Inonga Winner, service chiefs, senior governments and party officials. Meanwhile, President Edgar Lungu says he does not want conflict between the church and the state. President Lungu also says not on his part he wants to and has always wanted to reconcile the church and the state. He has added that he has previously been misunderstood. However, it is his wish that the church and the state coexist for the benefit of the country. The president has since pledged that he will next year attend the national prayers as an ordinary Zambian, with the church taking lead as always. President Lungu was speaking today in Lusaka during the main event of the National Day of Prayer and Fasting, whose 2016 theme is promoting reconciliation and healing, promoting unity in diversity. Details in this report.
He arrived at 0917 hours to join the mothers who had gathered for the first commemoration of the National Day of Prayer and Fasting in Lusaka. President Edgar Lungu was accompanied by First Lady Esther for the event, also attended by former heads of state, the diplomatic corps and various eminent people. The mood was cheerful as songs of praise and worship took center stage. A number of clergymen took turns to preach and pray for the nation under the theme promoting reconciliation and healing, celebrating unity in diversity.
Our gathering is a recognition that we have a power higher than we are, and we look to another greater than we are. We refuse politics which are divisive. We refuse any spirit that wants us to look at each other as enemies because we speak different languages, because we come from different ethnicity, ethnic groupings. Father, we cast out that enemy in our midst.
In his speech to the gathering, President Lungu said he wants to reconcile the state and the church.
I don't want to bring conflict between the state and the church. I want to reconcile the church and the state. I have done my part to help spearhead this process, and I will leave it up to you, fellow believers. I'm saying so because I've been accused of using the church, but I think I've done my part to reconcile the state and the church, and I hope through the ministry to be created, there will be a harmonious relationship between the state and the church, and I'll take my seat in the State House.
President Lungu also appealed to Zambians to acknowledge God's presence in the country after remaining peaceful at critical times.
My brothers and sisters in the Lord, I request you today to join me in acknowledging God's grace and His faithfulness upon our nation, Zambia. Even in moments when, humanly speaking, we thought all hope was gone, the invisible, loving hand of our Lord continuously held us together and lifted us to even greater heights.
And the National House of Prayer Advisory Board Vice Chairperson Pokota Mwanza is optimistic of positive results to come after the prayers.
We believe that God's healing will come upon this land for adequate rainfall in this season of 2016 and 2017 as the season. We believe that through the prayers we make this day across our republic, our economy is going to grow and our currency will get better and stronger. By the prayers that we make in this day across our republic, we believe that our country will be united again.
During the same event, the president unveiled the altar, which is a map of Zambia resting on a Bible, a reflection of Zambia's Christian values. This was part of marking the commencement of construction works for the House of Prayer. Brian Mwale, ZNBC News, Lusaka.
And in Ndola, Copperbelt Province, Minister Bowman Lusambo has urged Zambians not to harbor hatred but instead cherish peace and forgiveness. Mr. Lusambo has since directed heads of government departments in the region to set aside a day of prayer at respective workplaces each month. Mishek Moyo reports that the Copperbelt minister said this in Ndola during the commemorations to mark the Day of National Prayers, Peace and Reconciliation, attended by hundreds of residents. And in Livingston, different church mother bodies, congregations and residents in Livingston today gathered at Mukuni Park to commemorate the National Day of Prayer and Fasting. Livingston City Mayor Eugene Mapuyo, who graced the occasion, has encouraged Livingston residents to continue embracing peace, unity and love towards one another. Hundreds of Kitwe residents and Christians from all walks of life have converged at the Copperbelt University Multipurpose Hall for the National Day of Prayer, Fasting and Reconciliation. The colourful service was characterized by prayers from various members of the clergy, as well as worship and praise hymns. And Copperbelt Permanent Secretary Reverend Howard Sikwela has urged the Zambian people to reflect seriously on the various issues affecting the nation. Let's pause for our first break, and when we do return, we have more news. Back to the main news. Police have instituted investigations into the source of information circulating on social media platforms that President Edgar Lungu is not well. Inspector General of Police Kakoma Kanganja says any individuals found to be behind the act will be arrested and dealt with in accordance to the provisions of the law. Mr. Kanganja has confirmed this in a statement availed to TV2 News today in Lusaka. He has further reiterated that any other person other than the authors of the misleading and false information who participates in circulating such also risks being arrested. Mr. Kanganja has since advised that all members of the public should take heed, as communicating the falsehood has potential to cause fear in the public, be it through social media or indeed any other means or channels. Northwestern Province Permanent Secretary Ephraim Mateo says government wants to create an entrepreneurial environment for the people of Zambia. This is in order to facilitate the economic growth of the country. Mr. Mateo was speaking during the commemoration of the 2016 Insurance Week held at Solwezi City Mall in Solwezi. Shatewa Kanyambo gives us more in this report.
The insurance industry in Zambia is holding its fourth Insurance Week from October 10 to October 14 this year. It is aimed at providing awareness campaigns in order to promote insurance as a risk management financial service and also showcase available insurance products on the Zambian market. Northwestern Province Permanent Secretary Ephraim Mateo graced the commemoration at Solwezi City Mall with a call on Zambians to develop a habit of insuring their lives and property.
It is important to note that we have a responsibility as citizens to ensure that we protect our assets, our families, and indeed our lives. We cannot rely on government to bail us out when some of these problems before us.
There is a perception that insurance is for the rich only, but insurance experts dispel this perception.
This is where a lot of people have gone wrong. They still feel that insurance is for the rich, which is not correct. Actually, these policies that we have are so cheap, and they require actually all the groups within our country. If anything, insurance is very, very important even for the poor.
In order for the insurance industry to function well in the country, insurance needs to work hand in hand with government.
We also work with government in respect of the laws, and we're working with them currently to push and see if we can get the insurance bill into act. So there are various avenues that obviously the government can assist, and we work with them for.
97% of the Zambian population does not have insurance. Therefore, insurance companies have set their goals at bridging the gap. It is important that Zambians start insuring their lives and property so that they can operate with a free mind. Shatewa Kanyembo reporting for ZNBC in Solwezi, Northwestern Province.
In other news, Lusaka's Matero constituency, Kapwepwe Ward 25 Councillor Patrick Salubusa has bemoaned the lack of toilets at Desai Market in Ilanda Township. Residents of Desai area have complained over lack of a proper market and have since called on the area councillor to help construct a modern market. Details in this report.
Like many other markets, the state of Desai Market leaves much to be desired. Desai Market has lost its purpose of providing basic daily needs for the residents because the market has more bars than stores where people can buy things such as vegetables. As if that is not enough, Desai Market has no toilets, forcing people that patronize the bar to use empty shake packs to answer the call of nature. And what is worse is that a few meters from the market, there is Desai Basic School. This is why residents of this area want their councillor to ensure that bars are closed so that the market is used for the intended purpose.
Kuchura market kunotatwa kwata so ninkwata omusalu shikwata pa kwebati ningatandikira ndiye shunguluka fe mkomboni yonse kwebati nshtisha omusalu mumwine omusalu omonsambiri shishana abana no mangata ukwata pa kutandikira pa market takudi fo winga yafuitisha mubumi bobe
timamo mu pano sitikana stibisa napeze kati tole siwoneka mati chizacha bwanji se tipemba kuri ime boma kuti vintu vingaleko ankasako pano
ine zamene ni dandaula pa skulu pa Desai hapa sikuli ba ili pafupi maningi na chani na skulu bana ba skulu bali mu class teacher apunzisa bilimba vilira bana ba skulu basta bwanji bavina na be bali mu class songa mukayanga na skulu ya Desai bana ba skulu sibapunzira kupasa ba grade 7 kumapasa 4 or 3.
And area councillor Patrick Salubusa has promised to address the concerns of the people.
Let's have a market instead of the current situation where the market, 90% of the market space is occupied by taverns and bars. And the unfortunate part is that there's a school here. This is Desai school. If you look at the performance of this school, it's pathetic. There is a serious complaint that we have got pupils who are in grade 8, grade 9. During break time coming to drink beer.
The issue of bars in markets has been a source of concern, and the earlier the relevant authorities address the situation, the better. Prince Chiuni, TV2 News in Lusaka.
The Nitrogen Chemicals of Zambia, NCZ, has distributed 78,000 metric tons of basal dressing fertilizer to farmers ahead of the 2016-2017 farming season. This is out of the 96,000 metric tons of fertilizer which the firm has been contracted to produce and supply by government. NCZ Marketing and Public Relations Manager Evans Mupeta has said in an interview that all the northern parts of Zambia have been supplied with compound defertilizer. Mr. Mupeta says the remaining 18,000 metric tons will be distributed before this month end. He has named the regions that have so far received fertilizers in northwestern, Luapola, northern and Muchinga provinces. Mr. Mupeta, however, says Shiwangandu and Mpika districts in Muchinga province are yet to receive the 800 tons of fertilizer once storage facilities are in place. NCZ has been contracted by government to distribute 96,000 metric tons of fertilizer to 64 districts. Still ahead, we have sports and foreign news. Stay with us. Melania Trump has insisted that her husband is a gentleman and that the women who allege that he sexually assaulted them are lying. She also said that lewd comments Donald Trump made about women that were caught on videotape were unacceptable but did not represent the man she knows. The tape prompted dozens of Republicans to drop their support for him. Several women have since come forward and accused Mr. Trump of sexual assault, which he denies. In sports news, Judo Under-20 national team coach Saidi Kawambe says the international friendly tournament against Northern Ireland will be a good training ground for Zambian judokas. This is in preparation for the Region 5 Championship slated for Angola. Zambia will be hosting Northern Ireland in an international friendly at Central Sports Club in Lusaka on 5th November 2016. Details in this report.
The Zambia Judo Association has started preparations for the international friendly with Northern Ireland. This is in an effort to ensure that Zambian judokas are technically and physically ready for upcoming international engagements. Zambia Judo Association will host Northern Ireland on 5th November 2016 at Central Sports Club in Lusaka. And for the junior judo team that is preparing for the Region 5 Championship slated for Angola in December, the international friendly could not have come at any better time than this. Judo coach Said Kabambe says the team is ready to take on Northern Ireland.
Since we started, the players they are coming up, at least they are cooking up with the type of training which we are teaching them. And we are okay, we have done everything. The only challenge we had was with the boys who are writing the exams. You know, this time is writing the exams, and at least they're training every Saturday.
And the judokas are cherishing the opportunity to fight in an international friendly before the Angola Championship.
According to our program and the coach has been telling us, we have prepared a lot. Of course, we'll be going into camp for the next 3 weeks or 2, but as of now, we still got some more work we need to do, but for now, we are good.
International friendly tournaments are important to assess the team before any competitive international engagement. Prince Chiuni, TV2 Sports News in Lusaka.
That wraps up our news this hour. Let's leave you with the headlines. President Edgar Lungu says those cited for wrongdoing in the 2015 audit report must be arrested. The president implored security and investigative wings to quickly deal with such matters. The Nitrogen Chemicals of Zambia NCZ has distributed 78,000 metric tons of Beso dressing fertilizer to farmers ahead of the 2016-2017 farming season. This is out of the 96,000 metric tons of fertilizer which the firm has been contracted to produce and supply by government. And finally, Melania Trump has insisted that her husband is a gentleman and that the women who allege that he sexually assaulted them are lying. She also said that lewd comments Donald Trump made about women that were caught on videotape were unacceptable but did not represent the man she knows. I'm Samuel Machisha. I'll be back with more news at 20 hours in another main news. Be with us then.
With know-how, quality products and excellent service,